Rising dollar, cold weather, and too much construction, just some of the factors weighing on New York's hotel industry. The pressure comes at a time when the city is building more hotel rooms, but investment and tourists from China could help revive New York. CCTV's Nick Harper explains.
A particularly harsh winter has left New York's hotel industry feeling under the weather. Hotel bookings in January were down by nearly 5%. A stronger dollar, making New York more expensive, also seems to have left tourists reluctant to brave the cold. Even so, hotel construction is on the up and up. Across the city, 14,000 new rooms are being created. That's a 13% increase in rooms. So there's a real worry that supply will simply outstrip demand. But one of the world's largest real estate advisory groups, Jones Lang LaSalle, sees no lack of interest from one particular overseas market.
We've seen an unprecedented amount of interest from Chinese investors. They consider investing into hospitality real estate in the U.S. and in New York in particular as a great hedge for inflation. So, they're securing long-term investments. They're not here to buy and flip properties.
And that makes sense when you consider the growth of Chinese tourists to New York. The city's official tourism organization says nearly 650,000 Chinese tourists visited in 2013. And it estimates that number could jump to 1 million by 2018.
It's good to invest here because the dollar's appreciating. Two, you have an pent-up demand from Chinese tourists looking to travel abroad, with New York being probably in their top 5.
A good example of Chinese investment in New York is the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Last year, Anbang Insurance Group bought it for nearly $2 billion. Already, Anbang has plans to turn part of the iconic hotel into luxury apartments, thereby reducing its reliance on the tourist trade. That said, the higher dollar is unlikely to affect New York's appeal.
New York City is such a unique destination. In tourism, we would call it a status area. So it's the kind of place where you would really want to go, even if it's going to cost you a little bit more money. Very few cities in the world have the same presence as New York.
Rising dollar or not, Chinese investors and tourists don't seem to be getting cold feet. For them, New York's door of opportunity seems firmly open. Nick Harper, CCTV, New York.